What got you here won't get you there. Let me explain. I just got back from a trip down to Orlando. I was visiting with an HOA, talking with them about their roadway networks. So this is a situation where the HOA community, let's just say it was very, very high end. You had people like Tiger Woods, Shaquille O'Neal who have homes there. So this is a very high end community. Money is not necessarily the issue. The issue is identifying the right treatment to perform to the right road at the right time. We came into this situation knowing that this community manager, this community was looking to mill and overlay an entire road network. And when I asked about the cost to do this, the cost that they were quoted was between $2 to $3 million, depending on a couple of different, alternative roadways, if you will. Now, I want you to think about that. A community with about 20 miles of roadway, we're talking about spending $2 to $3 million to rehab an entire road network. That is about, say, 6 to 7 times the budget, if you will, that a typical city would have around 50 miles. I mean, that's just the reality of that here in America. So why I say what got you here won't get you there is because of this. I asked them, would you be open to looking at a couple of areas? Let me check out some sites and see what you deem to be the major issues and deficiencies within your roadways. And they said, yeah, absolutely. And I said, by the way, before we get there, what drove you to the conclusion that a mill and overlay was going to be your best bet for these roads? And here it is. There is a former engineer on their board that was driving the discussion. So check this out. We go look at the roadway, and as I'm studying this roadway, it is 100% structural integrity is fine. 100% structure is perfectly fine. No issues there. Very, very few climate-related cracks. And the issue that they were having was this. This is in the state of Florida. In Florida, you've got weathering and raveling. Those issues are compounded in a solar climate than, say, up north in a freeze-thaw environment. What happens is those roadways start to ravel and weather day one. They oxidize. And over time, if untreated with a preservation product, what's going to happen is that asphalt is going to start to ravel away in spots that become vulnerable. What else do we get in Florida? We get a lot of showers, pop-up showers. That pavement's nice and hot. We get this influx of rain to hit that pavement to cool it off. It gets into the cracks, it gets into these areas, and then it dries back up pretty quick. So what's happening is water is getting into these areas, causing these minor issues. When I say minor, we're talking about a handful of spots around 6 inches in diameter throughout an entire roadway network. That is not a big issue. That is an easy problem to solve through a little bit of patching and then rejuvenating the product, the roadway, if you will. So you only know what you know. What got you here won't get you there. I simply ask, would you prefer to spend $200,000 to $300,000 to correct these minor issues, lock this pavement in for a period of 7 to 10 years? Or would you prefer to spend $2 to $3 million and look at this exact same issue raise its ugly head in 7 to 10 years? I think you know the answer. That's what this is all about. You've got to make sure you go out there and network, talk with other community leaders if you're in the HOA world. Just don't take the advice or the leadership from one individual who probably has a vested interest in this world. Go out and seek the advice and counsel of others. Bringing me on site for a 1-hour period saved this community at a minimum $2 million. So I want you to think about that. So go out there and network, change your mindset, understand that you only know what you know. In 2023 and beyond, we can no longer look to preservation treatments, preventive maintenance actions and techniques and look at these things as taboo or snake oil. And I get it. You're scared to potentially take the risk. So go out there and network and find those that have already undergone that process. They've taken the risk. They've got the case study, and they've got guarantees from the contracting side to back all this stuff up. That's how you're going to level up your roadway network. That's how you're going to maximize your community dollars, your tax dollars. That's how you pave the way. Until the next one.